My dad had open heart surgery in Denver, and he invited all the nurses that took care of him to come up. We took him up on the face of the mountain. There's a real good place to turn around and look. You can just about see Gillette. And this young lady was taking pictures of the rocks and twisted cedars. My dad asked her, he said, "What about all of this?" She says, "It won't fit in my camera." Now, can you imagine any place else that you could say that? This is the Lund Ranch and the Powder River easement. We bought this place in 1949. My dad come out of North Dakota, up there around the Deluxe Lake, and my mom was born right here in Buffalo. And they didn't want to live anywhere else. They had no desire, and I don't either. This is home. Our production is cow-calf pairs. We sell the calves in the fall, keep the heifers, and make our decisions on what we're going to keep and what we're going to sell later on in the year. We feed all our own stuff. It's mostly alfalfa grass mix. All this country gets divvied up in these little 10, 15, 40 acre tracts. And that's okay. I have no complaints about people wanting to live like that. With this easement, it will all be together. Whatever else happens, that will not change. When I decide that I'm done, I will be able to pick somebody that will take care of it. As long as all the land stays together, and with monitoring of it, I can't see where a fella can go wrong.
One of my favorite memories, and one that has spurred me on as far as going ahead with the conservation easement, is Dad looked around at the ranch and all that he had managed to start from a sagebrush flat to the meadows, and he said, "I want to keep this ranch together. I want my children, their families, my grandchildren, always to have a place to come."
Oh, it's a working cattle ranch, and we raise Angus cattle, and then we put up the hay to feed them in the wintertime. In the summertime, for about 2.5 months, we take them up on the Forest Service. We have a mountain permit up there, and we always enjoy cattle drive, taking them up and camping out.
We have 4 entities that are involved in this conservation easement, which we're so pleased to have in place. The first is the homestead that Dad homesteaded in 1921. That's the core. Ron and I were pleased to be able to pick up 250 acres when parts of the 41 ranch were sold, and buy Uncle Pete land. Uncle Pete was Dad's uncle. Our son Kevin and his wife Shelley owned the homestead house itself and 5 acres. That's the third entity. And the fourth entity is we sold 10 acres to my sister Shirley.
And I'm really happy that this land will never be cut up into a housing development. That would make my dad very, very sad if that were to happen. I would like to emphasize the importance of successive generations caring and protecting the land. It's been a great pleasure to have all of my grandchildren and great-grandchildren here. They are invested in seeing this land continue in agriculture.
Being able to preserve this way of life, I think that's important. You know, the open spaces, the agricultural basis for production of the goods and foods that we enjoy have their basis on ranches, farms. The other piece of it too, we keep talking about wildlife. Over the years, you know, Shelley and I both, we enjoy the outdoors and interacting with wildlife, watching them develop, having them within feet of us.
I'm happy that it is protected. So it can't go away, and hopeful that it can continue for my children and for my children's children and for generations to come, that they can still have those same experiences of riding around in the tractor, getting to work cows, getting to walk through cows, learn how to care for animals in general, and just have those experiences that I really value.
And it's such a wonderful feeling to know that as well as the land being preserved, that we will have family to continue the traditions. Dad is looking down from that cloud up there. I'm sure he's smiling, and so is Mom. And so we're very pleased to honor Alice and Millie Patch.